amigos and amigas, also amoebas, and Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart, if you're out there watching, I want to welcome you to Talking with Trans People. I don't know if I mentioned to you, Rachel, but I have a sneaking suspicion that somewhere out there, Amelia Earhart is still alive and listening to Talking with Trans People.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
It is the number one live stream.
In the world. It's the only YouTube channel in the world on the internet. Hi, Big Dog Mofo. If that is your real name, I'm done with my typing session. Um, and I'm ready to begin my wiping session. I'm going to do some wiping today. Wipe this, wipe that, wipe the other. Yeah, well, I think actually the Nazis snuck her back to Germany during World War II. She was captured by the Soviets at the end of World War II. She escaped from Soviet prison shortly before the fall of the Berlin Wall and took up occupancy in a remote location in Romania. But they've got excellent internet there. And that's why she spends all her time watching Talking with Famous People. No, but so Matthew Alistair, he kept being like, "Hey, I want you to interview Flat Earth Dave, Earth Day, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Whatever, dude. I don't. I'm not. I'm not that into interviewing people. Just whatever." Well, he must have been doing the same thing with Flat Earth Dave because the guy emailed me and said, "My my people have been saying they want you to interview me," and I said, "Cool. I'll interview you." I said, "Cool. That's fine. That's interesting." So I looked at this thing to schedule an interview time, but there's not going to be a debate. I'm just going to interview him. Really, I'll ask questions, see what he says. I might object to certain things. I mean, I'm just interested to see what case he makes. Really, I'm not going to debate anybody. No. It's not a bust the earth debate. No.
Mm.
It's a it's not a debate at all. Bragging is allowed, thank God. Phew. So anyway, but the problem is he says all interviews are done in Zoom or in StreamYard, but I don't like those. I want to do it in Google Meet. So I sent him an email saying, like, I looked at your link you put to schedule an interview with you, and I have no problem with any of your other conditions, but I don't want to do it in Stream. I don't use StreamYard, and I don't want to do it in Zoom. I could do it in Zoom, but then it's like, yeah, I could do that, I guess. I don't know. I'd rather live stream it myself, personally. I could at least include some questions from the chat, although I probably wouldn't include a lot. Can I interview you? What do you want me to interview you about? So, I'm going to interview you about smoking crack. So, how's the crack smoking going? I hope you're enjoying it like that. You was deaf to say first, Luff. Who's Luff? What it do? My question. Quick interview. Um, I want people to interview me too, you know, but nobody wants to interview Eric. Luff? Is it because Ruben has so many loofah-like qualities? Oh, luff is love. I see. I thought it was short for loofah. That's true. You do interview me every day. That's true. Well, I assumed it was loofah because I've noted that before myself. God, Ruben's so much like a loofah.
Yeah.
He's just the right amount of scratchy. That's what a loofah promises to be, right? When you say that's the number one claim to fame is it's the right amount of scratchy.
Yeah. The
Like,
right amount.
Like lava soap, kind of.
Yeah.
It's the lava soap of washcloths. Like, I would like somebody to interview me about smoking meth. I have lots of history that I could reference and explain, like, this is how you do it, this is meth.
Now that you've done your 2 works, is there anything else on the list to do?
I gotta take trash cans over the street. That's the other thing on the list, really.
That's not bad.
No, not too bad. I only gotta go to Course Gold, but we don't have to go till way later, you know.
Oh yeah. Are we sleeping over tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tonight and tomorrow night.
Okay.
Oh, no, I snorted it sometimes. I snorted it sometimes. Sometimes I parachuted it. But I never injected it. And I mostly smoked it. Because, you know, your sinuses can only take so much snorting of meth before you just are like, okay. Obviously, this horrible burning chemical in my sinuses is not gonna be sustainable forever. Parachute just means you put it in a little piece of like toilet paper and swallow it. Because you don't want to get it on your tongue really because it's so gross. Oh, you could just melt it in your mouth too. That's one of the things they say about meth is that it melts in your mouth, not in your hands. Mm-hmm. One of the advantages of it. Or you could put it in bread or something. But the thing is, you could, but you don't want to chew it up, right? I've seen some of your shorts and they were awesome. Who, Winston's mom's? I know the YouTube kind. I've made YouTube shorts before. I assume that's what you were talking about. I mean, have you seen Mandy's Clubs? Nothing but shorts. It's nothing but shorts.
That's all I came when you mentioned YouTube Shorts. I thought right away about Tiffany.
I do have shorts here. I'm talking to French people too. But the greatest gift of all is Mindy's Club. Nothing but shorts that are under 15 seconds long. I don't need a tissue. No, I don't need a tissue. I don't need a tissue. Okay, sure. Craft single on a box again. It sounds like the beginning of a rap song. Craft single on a box again. Wrapped in plastic like my socks again.
That's good.
You were watching live music being created today on a live stream. It was so cool. Oh, yeah? What live stream were you watching? The music time, live stream explosion. Kringle box for you.
Nothing's like live Eric.
Well, yeah. But, nothing's like a single snowflake, but that doesn't make it special.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mm. It's fine. I'm not objecting to you saying that. I appreciate you saying that. I'm just pointing out that, like, it's kind of the equivalent of um, just because something's super old doesn't mean it's valuable. You got a prehistoric dinosaur turd, probably not worth a lot. Are my socks brand new? Why are they wrapped in plastic once more? Because I like to vacuum seal my socks every time I get them out of the dryer.
Yeah.
So they don't get stale before I wear them.
Eric's actually an ESTJ.
Yeah. Nobody likes wearing stale socks. And keep them fresh, you got to vacuum seal. Mr. Wobbles. Mr. Wobbles. I prefer if you not name my penis, Natasha.
I think.
If anyone's gonna name it, it should be Rachel. You don't even know what it looks like. Oh, Mr. Wobbles.
Mr. Wobble. I mean, just the name. Eric is the better name.
I will sing any song for $20. That person has 784 subscribers. It's 1,000 subscribers.
Wow.
Wow. Sucks to be Eric. Also, I think that name's kind of insulting, Natasha.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe Mr. Straight and Sturdy, not Mr. Wobbles. God. I feel sorry for your eventual boyfriend. I call him, name is Penis. Captain Failure. Hey there, Captain Failure. I should have a lot of tears. Why are you going to have a lot of tears? Don't have a lot of tears, Jonathan Carpenter. You wipe those tears away and bring a smile and sunshine today. That's my inspirational poster for you. Because I like to inspire people with posters. Anyway, somebody said their friend might want to interview me. Well, I am trying to be interviewed by anyone, anytime, but just about anything. So, all I gotta do is email me. I'll be like, yes. Don't have a lot of tears, just cry a single tear. A single tear is more dramatic than a lot of tears. Yeah. Hi, Big Dog Mofo. Oh, thanks for that, thanks for that, Big Dog Mofo. That's very kind of you. You buy a TWP poster we're good. Good luck with that, Acacia. And I might someday have a CWFP poster, but it's unlikely to be good. Yeah, and that's when a single teardrop streamed down my face in slow motion, glistening.
What made you get the single tear?
Um, Realizing that I will sing any song for $20. This guy gets 780,000 subscribers. I mean, what?
I know, honestly, bring a single tear to most people's eyes, I think.
Yeah. I actually, I mean, good for them, you know. I wouldn't want to sing covers like that. Presumably he sings whatever cover you say, right? Did he play it on the guitar, or did he just sing it with his voice? I mean, but is he uh is he playing covers or is he playing his own compositions? Sasquatch is into that, Bruce. That's why he's such good friends with Amber Heard. Okay, well, but it's good that he does it all, but expressly what I'm saying is, does he write songs? You know, is he a songwriter? Because if somebody wants to impress me, particularly, they have to be one of two things. They have to either make good tracks or be a good songwriter.
Do I have time to wash some clothes?
Yeah, all the time in the world, man. We don't got to go any particular time. We go as late as 9 p.m. if we want to do, you know?
Okay.
Okay. Well, good for him. I guess that's one of the benefits of focusing on something specific. Did I eat a lot of gravel as a kid? No. Wasn't much of a gravel eater. More of a food eater in general. You know, food and food like things. Maybe bread, maybe crackers, or you know, meat and potatoes, cheese, this sort of things. Mostly. Occasionally I'd have something like chewing gum, perhaps, candy, normal things that one would eat if one were interested in eating for the normal reasons. Currently, the clippers are up by quite a bit. Yes, Bruce, that's exactly what happened. Natasha Godfrey Ashford likes green beans. I don't dislike green beans. Wouldn't say I love green beans. But Natasha has never eaten a green bean that she didn't like. I don't know how many green beans she's eaten, so I'm not sure how large the sample size is. Maybe she's only had one green bean. Okay, I'll stay away as far as I can, Ruben. I don't blame you for warning me. I appreciate it. In fact, did Hitler kill himself with a broomstick? I did not know that that's how he ended his life with a broomstick, huh? Like he just he swept up until he died. Like his sad, boring version of Katy Perry's "We can dance until we die." My email or his email? Yes, I will put Ruben's stream up here. Go to channel. I'm going to channel. I'm going to the live stream now. No, he's not live streaming. No, no, he's not live streaming now. He's got monkeys and he's got kitties and he's got lots of things. He's lying. He's not live streaming. He's live streaming here in the chat, is what he's doing. Oh, soonish. Not sure about today. Ruben, why are you even saying anything about it at all then? If you aren't already live streaming, we're not going to keep this in mind for later, now, or not at all. Or later. That's fine too. Later's fine too. Did I eat Barbies as a kid? No. I eat them now as an adult, of course, because I need those nutrients. I didn't need them as a kid. Somehow I always seem to find you. G baby 392 back in the building. Well, I'm easy to find. You know why? Because I am wearing Hunter Protection Orange. Because I was responding to you telling you not to come by Eric. I'm not sure what that means. Why he? Can Tiffany hear me? Tiffany hears all. Okay, sure. Tiffany hears all. I see all, I hear all. I know all. I like your cousin. You gave me an umbrella one time? A bloody spare. You're all right, lady. Oh, Natasha, you're going to want to get your eyes checked. You've got orange black reversal eye syndrome. No, we got that mouse successfully put outside. Orange black eyeball reversal syndrome. Did you throw a koala into a boulder out of disgust with his mom? Nope. I've had no relationship with any koalas ever. I hear they're quite unpleasant creatures, but I've never actually known one personally before. It doesn't make me racist against koalas. It's just my demographic doesn't include many koalas. Why not? Oh, it's fine. You could just stream whenever I'm streaming. If it happens to be you streaming too, it's fine. Just come here and say, "Hey, Eric, tell people to go from your stream to my stream." It's like, "Oh, watch Ruben's stream for a while, buddy. I'm here all the time." Oh, well, Obviously, you have to revert black to being the new black, Acacia. At which point, orange will turn green, but there's a few more steps involved. It's complicated. It involves refraction, okay, which is pretty complicated. It involves prisms. It involves unrefraction, which is when you put the refracted light back into one light. Counter refraction. What's counter? What Why don't you have to do that? Now you use a prism to make light turn into a rainbow. Why don't you have to do something to turn it back into regular light? Does it just automatically turn back into regular light
I don't know.
when you're done looking at it on the wall? Am I a poopy shit? Sometimes. Not right now. Diffraction. I like refraction, diffraction, confraction, metaconfraction, and exofraction. I don't eat paint chips. No. Because paint chips aren't food. That's fine. I made up other things too to go along with it. Right? Like counter meta ultra fraction. fraction, sure.
Fraction, what's your faction?
I would like it if we could, after using a prism to break light up into the different colors, if we could store just those colors of light each in a box. Do you eat your beard when it gets too long? No. That would be a inefficient, ill-advised, and not good way to trim my beard. Because I have a better way, namely scissors / clippers. I kind of do want to trim it a bit right now. It's a little bit in my hair. Wouldn't that be great, Acacia? If we could, you open the box and all the red light gets out and just kind of floats around the room as red light.
Mm-hmm.
So you open the rest of the boxes and all the light goes back together and you just goes back to normal like this, right? That'd be neat. I made it to Austria and now I have assumed the name of Dingus Grumblebottom. Well, you start eating wet wall. Wing lift. Have I ever blown snot out of my ears? I could only conceive of, one could only conceivably do that with, say, a leaf blower that kind of blow it out, right? And that would mean basically that I had gotten someone else's snot in my ear, probably. Have I ever discovered that my ear is filled with someone else's mucus? No. Never have. That would be a bit of a shocking discovery. Ow!
Is this commercial?
No.
Yeah, oh, indeed.
I'm talking about the anti-Semitism one.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm washing feet, 'cause I'm like Jesus.
Look at me, I'm washing feet, 'cause I'm like Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Did your teeth bite a porta potty once? No, they never did. They never did. The earth is a donut shape. Okay. So I wonder, yes, you told us that already, Wing Lift, and I already read it. What do I think of you? I think you ask kind of silly questions. Sometimes you say kind of funny things like that, though. The earth is the shape of this man's face. My face or your face?
I'd like it to be the shape of your face.
Yeah, I don't think it looks that much like me, but maybe I'm wrong about what it looks like. You know,
Yeah.
maybe Flat Earth Dave will convince me.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Do you wonder what's in a Wunderpoint? It's pretty self-evident, Acacia. It's 99.9% pure wonder. Wonder points are made up of entirely American sourced distilled wonder. Osterreicherwalls. I don't know what Osterreicherwalls are, but we don't have drywall here in this house. Yeah, and the part of the wonder point that's not wonder, that 0.01%, is whimsy.
Wow.
What what's an ostrich wall? It's a wall that's made out of ostriches. My buttocks are the shape of Mars when it was being electrocuted with 200,000 volts of electricity back in 300,000 BC. Why did the ancient olden days peoples want to electrocute Mars? I don't plan on debating them, you know? I just plan on interviewing them. Flat Earth Dave is somebody who's an advocate for the flat Earth cause. He's been interviewed many times. And he emailed me saying people around my channel have been saying they want you to interview me. And I said, I would like to do that, you know, but I don't want to use StreamYard or Zoom. But not OPS, Dave. And I have nothing interesting. I have zero interest in interviewing Dave Pooper Sowers because he doesn't know anything. It would just be frustrating, you know? It's like, I may not agree with who flaked. Nobody's flaked. I just emailed the guy saying, I want to interview you, but I don't want to use Zoom or StreamYard. I want to use Google Meet. I said, I agree to all of your other stipulations, but I I don't want to use those platforms because that's not what I do.
You can take off your glasses, but be careful because Eric does emit that amount of light.
Hmm. I'm strongly luminescent.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, Stevie Wonder, that's how he was blinded. Same with Ray Charles. So anyway, nobody's flaked. I I just it's like he has he has some various stipulations which are all fine. I don't have any problem with him having stipulations, and I don't have any problem with any of his stipulations except that one with it. We have to do it in Zoom or StreamYard. I don't have, nor do I want to get, nor learn how to use StreamYard. I don't have Zoom. He's like, well, I can send you a Zoom link. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's fine. I could do it in Zoom and then he could share with me the video or I could record it with OBS or something. But, like, why can't we just do it in Google Meet? It's how I do things, you know? It's like if you're being interviewed by Jimmy Fallon, you go to the Tonight Show to get interviewed. You don't require Jimmy Fallon to interview you someplace else. He seems like a perfectly fine person. You know, I don't have everything. All the stipulations were reasonable and everything, except for that one. I don't know. I don't like Zoom. I think Zoom's horrible. Yeah, I've been to Europe. I've been to Russia. I've been to Austria. I've been to Italy. I've been to England. I've been to, well, I was in the airport in Finland. And I never went anyplace other than the airport in Finland, though. It seems like I might be leaving off a country or two, but I don't know. Well, what we need to do is play change around the letters, right? If you change around the letters of Eric's name, you get rice, ass rest. Taiwan and China aren't part of Europe, Acacia. Ah, that's called the Orient, the exotic Orient. I know someone who saw Stevie Wonder in a hotel lobby, and my friend got all excited and waved at Stevie Wonder. And then Stevie's bodyguard says, "He can't see you waving." Bosnia, huh? What about Herzegovina? You ever go to Herzegovina? Um, so let me get the letters. A, C, C, A. You have you only have three letters, three different letters in your first name, even though your first name has six letters in it. It's like your parents are like, all right, what letters should we have in her name? A? What else? A? What else? A? What else? C? What else? C? Anything else? I don't know. I. Okay, we'll include I. You wasted all the letters on your sister,
Hi, Iron Lion.
Is the sun supposed to be flat too? No. I mean, I don't think the sun has a specific shape. You know? Those are all nicknames for Acacia? Akakatechin? They seem like it seems like a poor way to generate nicknames for Acacia. They were looking for a message in their alphabet cereal without realizing it was Cheerios. What's my name? Ooh. Oh. Well, we selected from alphabet cereal the letters to be your name. We got all the O's. It was only later that we realized it was Cheerios. Occasionally. I mean, like a nickname needs to be something like Akabaka Woo, something with a little sass to it. I think Akabaka Woo is a good nickname for you, Acacia. Hi, Violet. Are the clouds where we go when we die, or are we there already? I'm not currently in the clouds right now. Yes, it is German. I am. I am. My dad's family is of Pennsylvania Dutch stock. Came from Germany. I'm back at Abacapo. What did I say about that? Aka Baka Woo. I think Abacus is a good nickname for Acacia as well.
Oh.
Because her nickname's Abacus, she could also have as a nickname Calculator, which could be shortened to Calc or Calcul, Calculatron. What do you think about Calculatron? Um, Calc. What up, Calc? Your nickname was Bones when you were a kid? What's Rachel's sassy name? You know what's crazy? I don't have a lot of nicknames for Rachel. I call her Rachel mostly. I don't call her Rach. I won't call her Ray because a previous boyfriend of hers called her that. It's crazy that it says Cobweb and Cuckoo. Her cat's name is Cobweb, but she calls her Cuckoo.
Mm-hmm.
I figured it out. I figured out that what you were saying there, Acacia. I actually figured that out. Um, Thank you, Chanel. Thank you for not sharing the horrors of your childhood with us. And then I suffered horrible abuse. Everyone's like, wah, 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 wah.
So like the chocolate Ferraro Rocher.
I mean, you have a nickname as well. It's not really a nickname, it's a title. You are the minister of bragging. So your nickname could be Mob, you know, or Mobby.
Mobby.
Yeah. Minister of bragging.
Oh, Mr. Bragging, Mobby.
Mm-hmm. Ray Charles, these. I could call her like El Ray. Mob Web. Mabakakakakai. We like Hawaiian. If you were to pronounce your name in the Hawaiian fashion, it would be Akakaya. Akakaya. Akakaya, whatever her last name is. Akakaya Poop Shoot. Rachel Cute. Rachel Cute. I could call her LPS. I mean LCS. The Latter,
Yeah.
right, the Church of Latter Day Saints. That LCS. What does LCS stand for? Isn't that the Mormons, or is that something else?
I don't know.
Oh, look at that! Look at that important score. Akai. Akakakai. Akakaya. 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 Oh. Akakaya. That could be your Indian name. Akakaya. Oh. Islander.
LDS, Mormons are LDS.
Oh. Well, Rachel's LCS. Little Cocker Supplies.
Little caca supplies, I like that.
I don't know what LCS stands for. It stands for um, Live and Chill Supreme. Nicknames for Rachel. Well, if we were to take her name and try to mess around the letters, what could we end up with? Well, we could end up with Helcar.
Car.
Helcar.
Mm-hmm.
We could end up with Lachar.
Yeah.
Lachar.
Lachar.
Or Larach or Lahark. Could be Lahark. Could be Tim's. That's not helpful. That one doesn't help. That's just Rachel spelled wrong.
Rachel.
It could be Rachel baby. Um, I mean, where Rachel doesn't nickname very well, you know, as names go. Eric doesn't nickname particularly well either.
No.
So we typically call each other Rachel and Eric, I guess.
Yeah. I like being called Rachel because Rach doesn't go as well with my numerology.
Yeah, I'm Rice Asterisk, Chanel. That's me. I'm Rice Asterisk. See, my name anagrams nicely. Rachel's an asterisk as well now, of course.
Yeah, I am.
I guess she's Hellcar asterisk.
Yeah, Hellcar Astros.
Rice and Hellcar. Wool Slurpee. I'm not sure Rachel would like that nickname. I mean, I have plenty of like affection nicknames for like uh, Darlene,
Yeah.
beautiful, lovely pants. You know, pants pooper. Rachel, how would you like to make me something to eat?
I'd like that. What would you like?
Something from the freezer. Maybe a sweet and sour chicken if there is one, or maybe a Mexican casserole if there's not.
Sure.
Together we could be clear rice. The H is silent, huh? Clear rice. Huh. Because we're combining. Where does that come from? I'm not sure where the clear comes from. It's Rachel. Oh, I see. That is an anagram of Rachel. Oh, clear. Clear rice and rice asterisk. Well, see, her last name isn't Eric, is the problem with that. Right, okay, I got it. See, the reason I was confused in part is that Eric is not her last name. We decided when she decided to change her last name to mine, decided to change her last name to my last name rather than my first name. We went back and forth about it. Should she become Rachel Strauss or Rachel Eric? And she went with Strauss. I will say, I can tell that this, according to the chat, she should be named Rachel Eric's daughter. Where in England did you go to? London? Yeah, I went to London, but I also went to Stratford upon Avon. We saw a Shakespeare play. And It was very boring. But my mom was an English teacher, you know. Heptacellular zarzus. That's a kind of not a super easy to remember nickname. What do you think of the accent there? British accent? I mean, I didn't. It was a long time ago that I went to England, but I don't really remember thinking anything in particular about it. Uh, I was familiarized early on to English accents by a Monty Python, which I was a big fan of as a kid. You know, uh, I'm sure there was a stretch of time as a kid when I believed British people all talked like they did in Monty Python, like or at least some British people talk like, "Oh, going down to the you know." And of course, probably there aren't any British people who actually talk like that, but maybe there are. Who knows? So anyway, I'll just keep calling Rachel Rachel, and or old darling, pudding pants, delightful moistness, um, sunshiny moonray, and other such nicknames that don't link to her actual name.
Yeah. That's how I nickname you too.
You know?
Without using your name, it's usually like you're the belle of the ball or you're my dreamboat Willie.
Or you're a real bundle of grundles.
A bundle of grundles.
Sassy name. You mean what's my favorite nickname of Rachel's of mine? Uh, I guess I don't really even make much note of like when you know you get very settled into engaging with your partner, you don't think much about you don't think a lot about the names you call each other really. Dreamboat Willie is cute. She also called me she used to call me a lot Sir Lovington Phillips.
Yes, you are Sir Lovington Phillips. I'm sorry I haven't used that lately.
Oh, that's fine. Peaches. Rachel, I don't remember really particularly ever calling her Peaches, but it's something that I could conceivably imagine myself calling her. Look, it's a 10-point game now. Clippers had a 20 plus lead, 20-point plus lead at the end of the like first quarter or something. Yeah, well, I don't call Rachel Mr. Man or Mr. Kitty.
No.
I also don't call her. I also don't tell her she has the spirit of boyhood in her heart.
No.
Who's Cobweb?
Cowboy is Acacia's cat.
Oh, Coben Williams, huh?
That's
sure
cute, Acacia.
I'm sure you sometimes call him www.cornonthecob. Is that one of your nicknames for Cobweb? Yeah, Chell's kind of just doesn't work. It's not a very masculine. It's not a very feminine name.
Chell? No.
Yeah. But it just sounds kind of like a mix between hell and chum. Just go ahead and call her Cornpole.
I used to call Eric Bay a lot. I still sometimes do.
Yeah.
Because he is my Bay.
Spelled Bay. She's saying I'm the equivalent of the San Francisco Bay to her San Francisco. Sometimes I call her canal, inlet, sometimes isthmus. Do you ever call him old man?
No.
Yeah. She doesn't usually call me old man. Racheline. Racheline's not terrible, but I could call her Lana Del Rey.
Oh, you could.
Yeah. Hottie Biscotti. I sometimes call her Chesty LaRue, that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like an NPC in a video game, though. But, Racheline Gunn is not a terrible name for her. Racheline Gunn or I'm not sure. Ed Balls. On April 28th, 2011. Today is Ed Balls Day. It was not a tweet he intended to send out to the world, presumably. It was a simple mix-up in which he attempted to search his own name on X, formerly Twitter, but ended up tweeting it. To date, it has been retweeted approximately 120,000 times and received thousands of replies, which often simply read, Ed Balls. Thank you for sharing that with us, Mrs. Mom. That's funny. You called us an illusion. I did not call us an illusion. Okay? I asked a question in the title. Are you an illusion? I was joking when I said you're an illusion, but I'm not, obviously. Who would have that position? It's insane. You acted fine, Jonathan Carpenter. What are you talking about? What did you do? You didn't even say like 5 things today. What are you talking about? You're fine. I'm an Illusian. You're an Illusian? Okay. Yeah. Is that a person who is an illusion? I didn't really mean that. It is not my position that anyone's an illusion. I'm making fun of some bullshit that I heard Leo from Actualized Org say one time. Like, here's the big secret: you who you think you are is all an illusion. I think that's nonsense. Obviously, ridiculous nonsense. You could argue that some portion, or potentially even all of existence is simulated, but that's different than saying it's illusionary. Actualized shitty, that's what they should call it. Anthony is hello.
I really want to see this guy, Leo from Actualized.org.
Oh, he's the worst. He is the worst. L-U Sean me moined. I don't know what that means. L-U Sean me moined. I know a dude who calls you Rubik's. My wife said she can see right through me. Is it because you're a ghost? Bong rip? Good idea. Let's take a couple of bong rips, also known as rips on the bong.
I'm gonna rip some too.
You want to rip? Oh, you're gonna rip that?
Yeah.
Sounds good. The Rubening. I could call her Rach Ellen of Troy. Via crotch rips. Yeah. Ripping from fire crotch. Bringing the top to your notch. First you put the bong rip in, and then you light fire again. First I crumble it up good, then never mind now should. Alright, I'm gonna turn it this way so I don't get. Turn it this way. I know what I'll do. I can't turn it that way because I'm gonna get
Well, you can
copyrighted
put
for
it
this.
on me, and then I'll take my rips after.
Here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll do. I'm just gonna show. Oh wow. That's
How artistic.
How arty, yeah. How very arty. There. You guys enjoy that, okay? Are you ready? Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. And oh no! Wait, hold on. I have another delay. You need to stop doing that. Silly thing. Rationale. And she could be Zoe Rationale.
Yeah. Zoe Rationale for sure.
And she could be she could be Mary Kate and Rochelle.
Mary Kate and Rochelle.
Yeah. She could be I don't know. All right, ready? Here we go. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. I think a good nickname for Rachel is Yonkers.
Ooh. Yonkers. Yo, Yonkers.
Yeah. That's a good one, huh?
Yeah.
Yonks, Yonky for short. Yonkin. Baby Yonk. Baby Yonk is a nickname for Rachel. Apparently there's Baby Gronk, which I'm not really sure what it is, but it's one of those kids words. Like Phantom Tax, yeah. Yonkers does sound very much like a 90s board game. Yonky Tonk. Yonky Tonk Woman. Yonky Tonk Woman is a good one. Or, yeah, I've written parts on fire before. Thing is, a lot of people they fart methane. I actually fart pure 91 octane gasoline, so it's kind of dangerous for me to light my farts on fire. Gotta have that yonk. The yonk. I think Rachel deserves a the in front of her name, really. Ravishing, resplendent Rachel. My nickname is Oil Pan because I ripped an oil pan off a deuce. A deuce. Running over a tree stump. And what does yonk stand for? Is it like young, ovulating, nasty, kinky. El Yonk. El Yonka. No, La Yonka. She's a lady, okay? It's La Yonka. La Yonka. La Yonka is a Mexican folklore character who uh, who lures men out of their boats when they near the shoreline with her melodious laughter and womanly ways. You obviously not Korean. That's a possible use for the meaning of it. You obviously not Korean. The yonk. Um, but I think maybe it could stand for you only need knowledge. It's kind of like YOLO, but it's instead of encouraging you to do things, it's encouraging you to learn things. Ay carajo, la yonka. We say yonks here in New Zealand, but it refers to someone taking too long to do something. These yonks are just fucking around playing with me. I'm gonna use that from now on, Iron Lion. Yonks. Yonks is like the bombaclats of dallying.
What is?
Yonks. So in New Zealand, they use the word yonks to refer to people who are taking too long to do something.
Oh.
For example, I'll be there as soon as I can. I'm just waiting on these yonks.
Look at that.
Yonkies are just Southern Northerners. What are Northern Southerners? Are they Yankos? Yonky Dong. Not a nickname for Rachel. I agree with you there. Yonky Dong is not a nickname for Rachel. I'll probably use that term as such a useful term. Northern Southerners are hillbillies. That's the first mate on the boat fetching the captain a shore whore. Oh. I see. Well, but Yonki sounds like some kind of Indian word, right? Or Indian tribe. The Yonki people of northern New York lived a simple life, eating fish from the Hudson Bay and building their homes out of either straw, sticks, or bricks. A lot of people don't know this, but Native Americans lived by the law of the three little pigs. You were allowed to build your house out of one of three materials: straw, sometimes called hay; sticks, no more than 3 inches around; or bricks. Of course, for the Yonki people of Hudson Bay, they used obviously adobe bricks, not bricks as we know them today. Every year they have a ceremonial ritual in which some of the tribe people would dress as wolves He would go to the straw house, burn it down, chase the resident in ceremonial fashion to the house made of sticks, burn that one down, and then send both into the third house made of bricks, where the wolves would then ceremonially climb down the chimney and be boiled alive. It was considered a great honor to be one of the wolves who got to be boiled alive. Sometimes they only had one wolf, depending on the year, depending on how many people they wanted to give special honor to. Come on, Clippers. Oh my God, the Clippers have blown this entire lead. It's now a 2-point game. I knew this was going to happen. I absolutely knew it was going to happen. Bachel, if it ain't yonk, don't fix it. If it don't yonk, it ain't got funk. You know. If she don't yonk, she ain't got funk. If she don't yonk, she don't bonk. So we didn't go to stay in a hotel tonight. I think of Avakai when Eric's out front smoking because their has this fancy architecture. You know, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, so I do kind of want to go outside and hit the vape just because it's like I'm so accustomed to going outside periodically for a cigarette. I think maybe I will go outside right now. And yeah, I get what you're saying, Acacia. I've not expressly made that connection before, but the little balls look very abacus-ish. I think what I'll do is I'll take this opportunity to go outside and take at least one of the trash cans up to the street. It's trash day. You know what they say in the pornography industry, trash day is smash day. Apparently that's what they say. This one seems full enough. Come with me, you. Putting all the cigarette butts in the trash can. What I really need, you know, it probably wouldn't be that difficult to make even. Like, existing technology could mostly handle this probably. To have a tripod that's like a robot that follows you around. That keeps you in frame automatically. Well, that's a start. We got one meow after the meow. Yeah, that's so annoying, that sound. I realized as Rachel was walking by that I also tend to call Rachel by, like, for example, if she was gonna walk by right now, I thought to myself, "Hello, huggable freshness." So I was gonna reach out and hug her, but then she was past me. So if in fact we're outside, say, looking at a squirrel, I might say, you know, "You're my little squirrel looker, squirrel watcher," or something like that. So a lot of times I'll have nicknames that are specific to the moment and what's going on. Oh, cool, there's my food. The names I call Rachel change with my moods. Like, forever call her um, languid and morose when I'm feeling bad. Oh, languid moroseness, languid morosity. Susquehanna Native American Indians ran Smith and crew out of the lower river. My little cup of noodles. I might call her I'd probably just call her cup of noodles if we are gonna call her that. Or noodle maker.
Oh,
Something like that, you know.
you're my rice patty.
Thanks, darling.
You're welcome.
Like when I need her undivided attention to say, "Rachel Strauss." No, I don't.
No.
That kind of conversation, that kind of relationship between us doesn't happen. Sometimes I might get mad at her, but not very often. I can't. I'm, I got mad when she locked the cats in.
I actually don't think I actually did.
You don't think you did? You think
No.
Matt did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, I was wondering about that because it didn't occur to me until later that the reason the doors were closed was to keep the dog out of there.
Yeah.
I just thought, like, why would the doors be closed? Because I kind of figure when the dog comes, the cats will run away like they do when people come.
Yep.
But I hadn't thought that. I wasn't thinking in terms of like this dog is gonna get in stuff so much.
No. I thought, like, my vision of what Digi was gonna look like was so different. Like, I heard puppy and I was like, oh, little big dog.
When Ruben's calling you from another room, he says, "Hey, big stinky." Really? Why does he call you "Hey, big stinky"? Hey, big stinky. I think Big Stinky is not really a nickname probably Rachel would appreciate.
I don't have a nickname for this, but I love cupping Eric's buns.
Why your nickname's the Bun Cupper.
Huh?
Burning trash outside and getting in contact high, huh? Oh, I did that on the camera. That was dumb. I'll probably get age restricted for that. No, we're not going to LA. We're not going very far away. We're just going to Chores Gold. We're actually went back to the casino. We're staying to stay at the hotel there, and because I have to get the car repaired in Chores Gold, and the thing I need to get done is gonna take. I drop it off Monday morning. It's not gonna be ready till they said it takes all day and usually part of the next day to do. I gotta get the clutch replaced. Um, even if it just took, even if it just took till the afternoon, we'd still need to get a second night of hotel, right? Like, we still need to stay on Monday night because I don't want to just be have no room to be in while we're waiting for the car.
Yeah, because I'll probably be in the room.
Yeah. Uh, Rachel, are you looking forward to getting away for a few days in hoteling?
I am. I didn't really think about it. I'm cleaning clothes now to get ready for it. I actually forgot. Like I couldn't remember. Like the days have been moving pretty fast, so I like forgot that tonight is going to be the night that we go to the hotel. But yeah, it should be nice.
Yeah, it actually kind of sounds pleasant too.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of a interesting thing to do in between now and when we go to Portland.
Yeah.
Dirty Donkey Tavern. Oh, what's Dirty Donkey Tavern? If you're suggesting that as a nickname for Rachel, I'd say probably she's not going to love that nickname. If you're suggesting that as a destination, perhaps we should go to the Dirty Donkey Tavern. It doesn't sound that appealing.
All the names I could think of you already mentioned.
Oh, it's a place near Course Gold? Yeah. Well, we can't go anywhere. We won't have the car. That's why we have to stay there in the first place, is because we only have one car, and it's difficult to get back here and back there for us. There's not really much in the way of ways to get rides places. It's most sensible just doing what we're doing. It's just the easiest way to do it. Rachel doesn't necessarily have to go with me, but there's no reason why she should, and it's not easier for her not to go now that I've thought about it more. It's too far, Acacia. The other problem is we've got no place in town that does. We have to go out of county, and it's just this. Trust me, I've thought about it a lot. And no, well, I haven't thought about traveling by pneumatic tubes or rollerblading, but I've thought about everything else. And at the end of the day, in terms of both feasibility and easeability, this is the best solution. Again, there's no particular need for Rachel to go. So if she preferred to stay home, she could do that. But oh, Lord. Well, it's good to eat some food. And It's nice to experience the flavor of old Mexico. You know, usually if I'm eating a frozen meal, it's the flavor of old Italy. Mm. I find myself thinking about Flat Earth Day and how the truth is that I probably don't understand the astrophysics proofs, whatever, of a ball spinning in space model of the Earth to justify my believing in it. But I was just thinking like, well, how do you explain the phases of the moon if the moon's not? I actually don't know how to explain the phases of the moon at all, actually. What causes the phases of the moon? So, I guess I'm not interested in debating the guy at all, right? Because I guess I don't have enough reason in the status quo to believe anything about it either way, My thinking here links to evolution. Now, I don't think the shape as far as nature of the earth is like evolution. But in evolution, we have an example, in the status quo, where everyone seems convinced that, it explains things, but it actually doesn't, The phases of the moon are based on the moon's current feelings. Oh, the moon is kind of a manic depressive cycle. And being like way too bright and full, and then just being like totally dark and invisible.
Okay, I don't work on
Oh, I don't want to see how yo.
Oh.
I put the blanket all over my face.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody know why the moon does what it does? Like how it goes from full to half to empty to half to full over and over again?
Does it have an Adderall cycle?
Maybe. Maybe. It would explain it. Maybe it's spending a considerable amount of its time at coffeewithcritters.com. There's a cute store in the hotel called the Gift Basket. There's a pool if you bring a suit. I don't even know if we have
I don't
suits.
have a bathing suit now.
There's a cute store called the Gift Basket.
I'll take a stroll in there, sure. I mean, my take on this trip is it's more just functional. Like I plan on sleeping and watching TV.
Yeah. Me too. Well, the Clippers seem to have stretched their lead back. Now it's back to 11. They were up over 20. High hip syndrome? What? The moon? The moon has high hip syndrome? Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Try to make my high hip syndrome a little less.
I like that. It's a syndrome.
A little less adult appearance. There. Just see, this is the problem. I have my head syndrome.
So you don't show your junk, right?
Right, but I want my pants to not fall down.
Yeah, so they have to be above your hips.
Right, but then
They fall down.
Right. I am back online, Thunderblade. I think I might have been born with high hip syndrome. But it seems like my pants have been falling down more as an adult than they did as a kid. Have I tried Jardiance? Good question, Acacia. I haven't yet. I have spent a lot of time seeing if I could make my pants stay up with some of that blotchy cream. If you're always marching, your pants never fall. That is not true. There are plenty of times when I'm doing something where I have something in both hands, and by the time I get to Rachel, or Rachel is or whatever, my pants are practically around my ankles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cream glue.
No, well, the thing is, the point of the blotchy cream, Acacia, is that if you put enough blotchy cream on you, the color that it adds thickens parts of you. And so you can make the part just below your hips poke out further than your hips.
Oh, that's what the blotchy is.
That's what the blotchy cream is for. Then I take preventative Skyrizi to stop myself from getting eczema on the new lower hips. And were I the moon in past life before cheerleader? Was I ever the moon? If I was, I don't recall. Because I think they don't let people who've been reincarnated from celestial bodies remember their time as the celestial body.
Hmm.
I also suspect in a past life I may have been the sun. I may have been a quasar. I may have been a black hole. I may have been a pair of mutually rotating neutron stars. But those are just inklings. I don't remember those lives.
I
I,
like to ask the chat.
mm,
Should I call my mom for Mother's Day, or should I send her a card? I mean, if I send her a card, I'm going to call her also.
just call her.
Okay, call
When
her.
is my Thursday anyway?
Hmm?
When is my Thursday anyway?
It's coming up.
Well, you see, Thunderblade, I no longer smoke cigarettes. As of my 53rd birthday, which was yesterday, I am not smoking cigarettes anymore. I would like to not tobacco vape a ton indefinitely, right? Oh, yeah, she is going to call her.
Yeah. I'm not going to not call her.
Yeah, I don't want to vape indefinitely. At the moment, am vaping probably more than I end up will vaping because I keep having all these associative triggers to cigarettes. But it's easy enough to not smoke now that, since I'm doing it with the vape. It would be a lot harder if I was just cold turkeying it. This is a relatively low amount of nicotine. Unfortunately, I didn't mean to, but I got one that's menthol. I might go get one that's regular.
Yeah. My mom likes cards. The thing is that, like,
Oh yeah, nothing to get through. Thanks, Thunderblade. Thank you. Uh, I mean, maybe not in vapes, maybe just in cigarettes. I don't know. Yeah, thanks, Thunderblade. It's it's not in any doubt. I made a firm decision before I even indicated to anybody that I was gonna stop smoking. So it's not like there's any chance of me going back to cigarettes. It's just a matter of needing, yeah. Probably you should start. I think that would normally be considered huffing it. If you're snorting PVC glue, I'm concerned that your nostrils might stick to your septum. Tie game. Tie game again. Dallas is a streaky team, I guess, or the Clips are. I'm not sure which. Everything takes time, man. As long as you're happy and living your best life, that's the main thing. Yeah, well, I smoked for decades, right? I smoked basically for 20 years. You know, maybe 25 total. I smoked from like 17 to 21. And I smoked from 31 to 53. It's 25 total years of smoking cigarettes. So I'm done with it. There's plenty of time to get everything I'm going to get out of it. Most importantly, I want to be alive and healthy to enjoy this part of my life, which is a pretty good part of my life, really. I'm about as happy as I've ever been. You know, things have always been more chaotic and less resolved than they are now. And less chaotic and more resolved allows me to be me more comfortably in a lot of different ways, you know. No, no grandkids. I got a daughter who's 25, but no grandkids yet. And she's not saying to me like, pretty soon I'm going to have one, nothing like that. So I think we maybe waiting a while. I do think she plans to have a kid at some point. So maybe we won't be waiting forever. But well, that's good multi-using, Lee Hale. Reduce, reuse, recycle. That's what they say. So probably this stream won't be super long today or anything. I'm feeling pretty tired. But thank you for the food, Rachel. That was helpful to eat that.
Oh, God.
I decided to use my mouth to eat it. I'm going to make a new pot of coffee. That's what I'm going to do next. Or, I guess it's not really a pot of coffee. I'm going to make a new percolator of coffee. Yeah, we're going to make a new perks worth for coffee. If we had a brand of coffee called Kirk's Coffee, we could make a perk's worth of Kirk's.
Have you noticed the difference with the U-Pen?
Haven't really thought about it that much, I guess. I don't want to judge it on this cup of old coffee that I'm heating up now. I'll judge it more on the new coffee. We'll both judge it together when the new coffee's ready.
Okay.
So, for those of you who've been here before, and I see we've got an intimate gathering today, which is totally fine. For those who've been here before, and for those who have not, it is the case. Well, for those who've been here before, you probably remember. For those who've not been here before, you don't remember. So step one is emptying this thing in the trash. This is not the first time I've made coffee on a live stream. It's probably been very few instances that I've made coffee not live streamed. What's that, my darling?
I think you're the cat's pajamas.
Well, thanks, darling.
You're welcome. I love you so much.
I love you too. I think you're the cat's evening gown.
Thank you.
The thing is, I don't want to burst Rachel's bubble, but cats don't have pajamas. You like to go outside? You're welcome to if you want, no? Okay, that's fine. Alright, let's open a new bottle of what? A new bottle of creamer. Right. Non-dairy creamer by the Powdered Goo Company. Here at Powdered Goo, we make all different kinds of powdered goo, including non-dairy creamer. What other kinds of powdered goo do we make? Well, things like powdered ranch dressing, Tang, instant oatmeal, and other such classics are sold here by the Powdered Goo Company. But obviously our best product is coffee creamer. Alright, jam. Long, tall Sally, let it ride, let it ride. Ah! I feel pain and suffering inside of my heart. Every time I think of bad things and I think of farts. Alright, let's go. Let's go take this with us. Let's go into the laundry room. The lavender. Launder Banderjula. Is some German name. Laundry seems like it. Launder sounds like it probably comes from German. But I don't know. What do I look like? Some kind of expert on words? Alright. Now we'll get this water going into there. Let that fill up a bit. I'm going to put you back in here so that you can observe the wonderful world of watching me carry it back in. It's going to be so exciting. Everyone's going to have to change their underwear. Good, good. Oh, Eric, you did a wonderful job. All right. Now we will meow this meow as per pew. There. Next, Using the ancient art of spooning, we will spoon this into here. 1 spoon. 2 spoons. 3 spoons. 4 spoons. 5 spoons. 6 spoons. 7 spoons. Okay. Enough spoons? The 8th spoon. Oh no, you didn't, Eric. You did not just put an 8th spoon in there. 9 spoons? Are you crazy? Okay, now you're losing your mind. 9 spoons. That's how many spoons. Alright. And we will put the city on rock and roll. Here we go. Now, we're really ordering breakfast. Here we go. Just wait a while till that's done, and then we'll have fresh coffee instead of old coffee like this. It looks like the Clips are going to take this game. It depends. What do you need more? Shorter grass or more fish? Butter that. You gotta butter that. Press butter, Keisha. You gotta butter that. If you Google butter that, don't Google it. It's probably dirty. I typed in INFJ today. They don't want to publish though. They're like, "Nuh-uh, boy, I ain't publishing nothing." So I was like, fine, it's fine. You don't have to publish if you don't want to publish. Thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
Mike Scafferty, huh? Scafferty, his name just has a lot in common with Skibbity.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably popular with the kids right now, you know. Hey, Mr. Skibbity. And he goes, "My name's Scafferty." Why do these kids keep getting my name wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Like, tee. That's how kids laugh. They say tee hee 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 hee. They say tee hee hee, and I say me me me. Wee whoa 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 whoa. There we go. I'm gonna mail that to Mia. Yes, 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 and yes. There you go. There you go, lady. From what I understand, you're most famous for having one time had someone in the kitchen with you. Her name's Dinah. That's why she's most famous for having someone in the kitchen with her. You know,
Yeah.
because of course someone is in the kitchen with Dinah.
I know.
Yeah, they're not in the kitchen by themselves.
No.
This is what they call relax sitting.
Oh, relax sitting.
Yeah, people have relaxed fitting jeans.
Mm-hmm.
We have relaxed sitting chairs.
I like that.
She said, "Go fishing. Don't fail this time.
For all this time.
Or don't fall in this time." My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Scaffolding. Oh, I asked her to tell a story. I did a couple of things. She was clearly ignoring somewhere back slot, you know, but not polar. She gave a very simple story. I asked her to tell a story about a woman named what was it, like Maricel or something? A woman named Maricel who tried to take a bear cub in with her into Walmart on a leash.
Mm-hmm.
And she just basically said she wanted to go into Walmart with a bear on a leash in order to get her bear some food. But everyone was looking at her. And then the store said, "You can't bring your bear in here." And then she went away. It was like basically like that's the extent of the story. It wasn't particularly expansive, but she was super obviously effy up top somewhere, you know. So that eliminated polar right there because your two your two polar and E types are um, ISTP and ISFP. Neither of them are going to display that level of FEQing, you know. Marisol has therapy because it's her husband in the bear costume. He insists that if he's going to be intimate with his wife, they reenact the scene of a bear mauling. You know, the lady has to pretend to be like being mauled by a bear. Ah, I'm being mauled.
Good reenactment.
Well, thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, I guess it's time for me to admit it. It's a true story. I was one time in a previous life the lady who was mauled by the bear.
Oh my god, no.
You know, fortunately, I survived. And the irony is, I went on later to marry that guy who had the bear mauling fetish.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And the thing is, weirdest of all, neither of us found out. He didn't know I had been mauled by a bear. I didn't know about his fetish until after we were married. Crazy.
That is
huh?
crazy.
Yeah. And then it turned out what I learned was that I also had being mauled by a bear fetish.
Oh my god.
I must have caught it from the bear when he mauled me.
So.
This is a previous life, Keisha. You don't get to take objects with you across lifetimes.
So, in previous lives, you've been
Mauled by a bear. Well, that same life, I was a cheerleader who later was mauled by a bear. Yeah. Like as soon as after my last football game cheering, you know, I was like, woo! Oh, that was fun. Let's go, let's go party down with some wine coolers in these woods right here. And that's where it happened.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was mauled. No,
I always make light of when you were a cheerleader.
well, the bear tried to take my wine coolers. I said, hey, those are my wine coolers. And the bear tried to take them again. I kicked the bear in the nuts. Yeah. Take that, you dumb bear. But guess what? It turned out the bear was a lady. No nuts to kick. So I just cunt punted her, as they say. And as a consequence, she mauled me. Bear tried to take notorious non-racist 21's virginity.
Okay, so you were a woman who was a cheerleader and mauled by a bear.
Uh-huh.
And then what else?
Well, then I married that guy with a bear mauling fetish.
Okay, that was another life.
No, same life.
Same life?
Yeah.
You lived through the mauling?
Yeah, I survived them.
Okay,
I got
okay,
mauled
so
by,
this-
but I didn't get killed by the bear.
Okay, so in this one life, you were a cheerleader who gets mauled by a bear, who marries a man
With a bear mauling fetish.
with a bear mauling fetish.
Right. And that man was Gerald Ford. Former President Gerald Ford.
Oh, you were married to... Was he president at the time?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
I think he was married. I think I was his
Oh,
wife.
no.
And a lot of people didn't know that about him. That yeah, he
Your...
we were both. I mean, it was just basically we had the whole White House decorated in bear mauling themes. Of course, this was post Watergate. We had to keep it under wraps, so we put pictures like Abraham Lincoln over them. Well, you know, it's mostly reenactments. People don't know this, but just like there are Civil War reenactors, there's a whole society of bear mauling reenactors. It's a pretty common fetish. Say it's more common than a foot fetish. About as common as a fjord fetish. Yes, it was, Chano. That was the drug choice, Molly. Indeed. Which it's not not that popular drug because it makes you feel like you're being mauled by a bear.
So the coffee is brewing?
It is. It is. Right, reenactments weren't enough for her after a while, so my husband, he ended up dying when he tried to maul an actual bear himself. Only to get mauled by the bear, and he didn't die from bear mauling, but when it was in the hospital, a piano fell on him. And that killed him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was your husband?
Yeah,
Your husband died.
Gerald Ford.
Gerald, your husband... Oh, no, he wasn't your husband.
Oh, he was.
Oh, he was?
Yeah. He was my bear mauling fetish husband, Gerald Ford.
It must have been before he was president.
Yeah, it must have been. My second husband was Lionel Richie.
Your second husband was Lionel Richie's all the same person.
Yeah, he also had a bear mauling fetish.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you have any children with Lionel Richie?
Yeah, Nicole Richie is my former life's daughter.
Oh, I thought she was adopted.
Well, she was from my womb. She wasn't Lionel Richie's kid, right? Wasn't his sperm. He was shooting blanks. A lot of people didn't know that. But Lionel Richie was shooting blanks. He had his sperm tested and they said, you know, you don't even have a single working sperm in your semen. Normally people have at least like 5 or 10. Nicole Richie's cousin? No, it was Nicole Richie that came from my womb. I was her biological mother. Yes, they adopted me, but then I ended up getting with Lionel Richie. So it's like I had no point in giving up the kid anyway in the first place. Might as well just have stayed with her.
Yeah.
Pretty odd coincidence. What do you have in common with people here? A mauling fetish? That's cool. Yeah, people who are serious about a mauling fetish go out into the woods with their trousers filled with honey to try to attract the bears. Try to get the honey from my pocket, Mr. Bear.
So what other lifetimes do you remember? Were they predominantly female?
Most of them, but I've been men sometimes in the past. You know, I mean, a lot of my lifetimes aren't that interesting. Like one of them, I was a soldier in Napoleon's army. I
Whoa.
died on the battlefield at like 18. You
Oh
know,
my god, I'm so sorry.
I said, you don't know. That's what I said. You know, another lifetime, I was an Indian squaw. I lived in southern New Hampshire, which is now southern New Hampshire. This is before the white men stole our lands.
Oh.
Yeah. And I lived a regular Indian squaw life. You know, I kept a clean teepee. I carried my papooses around. When the men brought back dead animals, I'd make things out of their hides and stuff. I'd weave baskets. You know, I died of a wayward arrow through the head at age 32.
Well, you lived a decent life.
For a Native American, that was a long lifespan. Most Native Americans died between ages 0 and 1. Like 95% of them.
Mm.
The rest of them lived several hundred years or more. Kind of a good trade-off. A lot of the ones who lived thought it was, you know. Well, the San Francisco Giants are on television.
Mm.
I do suspect there's another NBA game coming on today at some point. I am pretty tired at the moment, but not exhausted. Hey, Oakland won. They beat Baltimore. Good job, Oakland.
Yay! Good job, Oakland.
And indeed, at 4 o'clock, there's the Bucks versus the Pacers. 6:30, there's the Timberwolves versus the Suns. Currently, we've got Vancouver versus Nashville. The Rangers come on at 5. Let's see what's going on here with the Canucks versus the Predators. The Canucks are winning the series 2-1.
Mm.
However, they're losing the game 2 goals to 1.
Are they the Tennessee Predators?
I think they're the sexual predators.
Mm.
Yeah. And they said, we're going to just go with that. People said, are you sure that's a good idea?
Yeah.
They said, not really, but we're all out of ideas.
Wow.
Yeah. Some people said, maybe you could try a bit harder, you know. We're like, oh, sorry, already done. You should have said something sooner. I didn't bring up the chat. Yeah, I've tried DMT. Sure, I like DMT a lot. Birthmarks or scars from past lives. Do you have a birthmark on your head to prove your era death? I do. It blends in perfectly with the rest of my skin, so it's hard to see it. Oh no, I've been exactly the same throughout every life except changed sometimes man, sometimes woman version of me. The reverse Woody Allen is when you're a young Jewish man and a very old Korean woman makes love to you.
Yeah.
Flat Earth Dave is some guy who's been interviewed a lot of times about flat Earth and is a flat earther. And I've had Matthew came in there and said like, "Hey, I want you to interview Flat Earth Dave," and I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." And then I guess he must have gone to Flat Earth Dave as well. Dave emailed me, and I'm like, "All right, cool. Well, it sounds kind of interesting." So I went to schedule an interview with him, but I don't want to use either Zoom or what do you call it? StreamYard. He says those are the two platforms he uses, but I don't use those platforms. DMT's fun. I like it a lot. No, I just when I've been thinking about it, I've realized that I don't have adequate cause to really have any position on it either way because I just don't. I don't have at my disposal the the substantiation for either position adequately. You know. I mean, I think DMT is my favorite psychedelic. It's not. It's different than acid or mushrooms. I don't plan to be joining any societies, but what I do plan to do is ask a lot of questions and see if listen to what he says and see if it makes sense. I'm I'm excellent at knowing what questions to ask. Yeah, if you can get DMT, then I want you to get some and I'll pay for it. That's pretty funny. Catch me up. That was a legit headline for one of those groups. I guess they didn't see the irony in flat Earth and all around the globe. Oh, really? I didn't catch it either, actually, Sean. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Um, all around the globe, people are learning the truth about flat Earth. That's hilarious. I just gotta, I used to have a connect, but I don't anymore. So, That one's pretty good too. Catch me up. Yeah, it's just as I've gotten older, I guess I'm willing to put in, do less legwork to get stuff, and have fewer connects, encounter it naturally, very rarely. Well, you should email me, is what I think. TV, you should do that. No, I don't think the moon landing was staged. But I've only really ever heard one thing that made me go, you know. I mean, it made me go, a lot, but I don't know. It seems like there'd be more indications than that. Hmm. So Nashville, that's who it is. They are. Is that who you said, Rachel?
I
Nashville?
said Tennessee,
Oh,
but
you
I
said
wasn't
Tennessee.
sure.
Yeah, Nashville. Um, well, the supposed moon rocks that the U.S. brought back after the Apollo mission, they revealed that moon was more or less indistinguishable from the Earth in terms of rock composition, as was expected in accordance with the predominant theory at the time. But in fact, when the Chinese brought back moon rocks, they looked quite they looked quite different, right, from Earth rocks. And then there was some bullshit where like U.S. scientists retested some specific moon rock, or it was one that had gotten lost in the shuffle and confirmed the Chinese results. Very sus. And I had never even given any serious thought to the possibility that something fishy was going on with the moon landing until I saw that, which is fairly recent development in the story, right? Because the Chinese didn't go to the moon that long ago. I like Sean L's joke here a lot. Roses are dead. Violets are dead. I am a bad gardener. Did I ever find out the answer to my query about what? What's your query about? What is your query about what? I want to know your query. Is it your butt? What is my problem? What is your query? What am I asking about?
I like that rockin' song.
Thanks. I got 99 problems, and one of them is that I count my problems instead of solving them. Sure. I just started getting all my material equipment. I don't know. I don't know what all that's about. But good, I'm pleased to be abused. Eric, do you think the government was unlawful in their handling the Waco event? Probably, yeah. I haven't I haven't studied it at great depth, but yeah, I think that the other one that people freak out about, Ruby Ridge, is much more egregious, probably. Right, I get you, Acacia, and your response to that was 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 the best response I'd heard to the moon rock issue. However, it doesn't explain how they would go like we we went, they said this, you forgot about this rock, test this one now, or like somehow this one slipped through the cracks or whatever, and then it turns out to confirm the Chinese results. That's super sus. Your but how did that come in? It was in my song because it rhymed. Don't you hate it when you're reading a sentence and it doesn't end how you testicles? That's a great joke, Sean. That was a good one. There are religious freaks that go as far as saying we're being robbed financially because the earth was flat and we're paying a lot more for fuel. Talking about YouTube, meaning I think you've been influenced by all the equipment. Right. I got you. Yeah, I figured. Okay, yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's clear. Um, I understand. Thank you for clarifying. Uh, and I don't worry about you doing whatever you're doing. I everyone do whatever they're gonna do. There's gajillion streams, you know. Anyway, guys, sorry to just jump up and leave. That's fine. I really like stream today, but gotta jump in the shower and start the day. You do you, dog. You do you. Don't worry about whether you have poo. It's a little late to be starting the day, but I value your commitment to getting up when you want. You hope to get your motorbikes running today, huh? I see. It could be that whoever is measuring the composition of alleged moon rocks is standard like moon rocks all have X Y structure, but Earth rocks all have Y structure. So that's how they determine. Yeah, well, I didn't want to bother getting into all of that, but I suspect that um, they're probably looking for a specific marker, right? That the Americans said didn't exist in moon rocks. The Chinese said does exist in moon rocks. And then the Americans said, "Oh yeah, ours does too now. One of ours does too now." You know, INFP about to jump in the shower and get in their motorbike. Cut to next morning. All right, this morning for reals. I'm gonna jump in the shower and get on my motorbike. Fun fact: if humans stood in a single file line around the equator, most of them would drown. How do you annoy a person? You just say what, comma what. Come by again and help us understand how to be a DM artisan. Maybe the moon rock was cannibalized like by his uncle. Maybe it was smoked. I crashed it and broke my back just trying to get it running properly again. Mm. That's horrible. You broke your back, that must have been extraordinarily painful. Carburetor had a hole in the fuel float, and that caused you to crash? Why testing by Americans? Mark standards? Marker standards. What are marker standards? That's a pretty mean joke, catch me out. You can tell a lot about your spouse's mood just by their hands. For example, if they're holding a gun, they're probably angry. Mm. Or are they in a water fun fight? If you were a carpenter and I was your lady, would you marry me anyway? Would you have my baby? No, because you'd have sawdust all over you. You know how I am about sawdust, Rachel.
What do you feel about sawdust?
I don't like to get it on me.
Oh, that's true. It's kind of like sand.
Yeah. I can't remember why I crashed. I was knocked out pretty badly. Did you like wake up in the hospital? An eating disorder? Do I look like a cat with spaghetti on its head? A tummy ache, not to be confused with a cummy ache. I'm not sure what a cummy ache is. Is that when like who's the most popular guy at the nudist colony? I mean, it just sounds like somebody's gonna have donuts that nobody wants to eat. Oh, right, right. That's another word for blue balls.
Cummy
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, enjoy your day, everyone. You too. You enjoy your day as well. I mean, if you want prostate problems, practice semen retention. No problem, Thunderblade. Thunderblade, thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. And thanks for the super chat, I believe. You mad. So yeah, that's one of those weird like YouTubey TikTok things where people want to like pretend like they can have some kind of spiritual meow, intellectual, physical, emotional, whatever. Something not physical. Some kind of benefit from changing your diet or your exercise habits or something. That stuff's all bullshit. But it gets dangerous when you start advising people to do things that are bad for you, like retaining your semen. Should not retain your pee, your poo, or your semen. It's a silly notion. How would it cause prostate problems? Well, because your prostate does what it does when you ejaculate, right? So it needs regular use. I'll Google it for you. So, semen retention, ejaculatory abstinence periods of more than 4 days have a detrimental effect on sperm. It's one medical result, and it's um no, actually I don't see anything about prostate problems. So ridiculous articles about in Business Insider is about edging. So studies that point to a potential raise in testosterone levels due to semen retention are dated and have a small sample size. And Devin says he doesn't recommend it for anyone. It can lead to feelings of pain, discomfort, heaviness, or aching, or epididymal hypertension. Mm. If you let your semen sit stagnant for too long, it compromises your semen quality. But it is true that you claim specifically that it improved discipline. Well, it's an exercise of in discipline, right? No, I, I already said. Apparently, there's no. I already conceded that. I can't believe you're hammering this again. I already said it looks like there actually isn't any reason to believe it links to prostate problems. So, listen to me, right? Listen to what I say. I can explain to you why I thought that if you'd like. If that's uh, if that's what you'd like me to do. But to disseminate false information is predicated on me knowing the information is false. I just learned it was false right now. Sounds to me like you got a little bit butthurt yesterday when I called you on your bullshit. Seems like that's been your kind of MO since you came in. For somebody who calls himself the higher, it's a pretty low road to be taking. I don't use TikTok. Okay, because I noted after an extended period of neither dating nor fapping that when I returned to sexual activity, that during that after that break of time, my prostate was worse. All of a sudden, I had to pee a lot more often than I had prior to that. So, from my experience, I attributed a linkage between the two things. I see upon reading about it that there's no scientific linkage, so I guess they were just incidental to one another, coincidental in time. Now, are you satisfied? After all, you never did respond to the thing that you said you were going to take your time to think about a response to, did you? And here you are grilling me. I mean, I did incorrectly intuit that there was a linkage among all people, right? The problem you have, the higher, is as soon as I Googled it and realized there wasn't anything showing that connected linkage, I conceded immediately that I guess there's not a linkage. So now what do? You don't have anything to do, right? There's no ground where you can attack or accomplish things. Yeah, I'm not perfect, higher. Sometimes I'm wrong about things. I had intuited that there was a general linkage between lack of sexual activity and prostate
I
problems.
heard that too.
I've heard it casually from someplace as well, but I didn't look into it or research it. When I Googled it right now, I saw that I was wrong. It's okay for me to be wrong sometimes. What's important is that I admit when I'm wrong
Yes.
and learn from it.
You're not accountability avoidant.
Yeah, I'm not accountability avoidant at all. We all make mistakes. We're all sometimes wrong. But, the best of us use that as an opportunity to learn, right? Like, I would hope you learned something last night, but you came in determined today to reveal to me that you hadn't learned anything, that you had shifted gears from being engaged in generally a pleasant way to being provocatively engaged. So, I don't know if that's sort of a crack in the character you're playing or if it's a crack in you, right? Okay, well, Lawyer, that's not how we evaluate the legitimacy of things, right? It doesn't matter who makes the statement. You can't determine whether a given claim is legitimate or not based on who makes it, right? If you think you can, well, we're starting to narrow in on your problem. What game you playing? Yeah. What game are you playing anyway? I'm watching a hockey game, but It's interesting to see how people react when there's heat on them. Sometimes I might feel bad after applying some heat, but sometimes it's revelatory. And then, of course, I think, well, it's good that I act like that. It's good that I am, so at least sometimes, reactive. College protesters seek amnesty to keep arrests and suspensions from trailing them. Yeah, well, you can't have it both ways. If you want to be a revolutionary who breaks laws, violates property rights or whatever, in pursuit of your desired goal, then you should wear your arrest as a badge of pride. Yeah, you tell a lot about people based on what they reveal when they cheat on them. You tell a lot about people, like, how they react to being wronged. So, like, I basically am talking about this from my previous relationship, but it's like people who have trust issues. If 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 you're wrong about something and they go like, "Hey, you're wrong about that," and you go, "Actually, you know what? You're right. I'm wrong about that." It doesn't build any trust. It just instead of going like, "Oh," and de-escalating, they go, "You just admitted it. You're wrong, wrong, wrong." You know. So it's like it's really a trust thing, right? It's like people who have a very healthy relationship with trust are perfectly comfortable being wrong about things. Yeah, the thing to be proud of is that you always learn every time you're wrong. It's not that you're never wrong. It's that you always learn an update when you're wrong. I mean, you can have pride without arrogance. I'm proud of my daughter. It's not arrogant. There's I'm proud of at least making an effort to walk a narrow path, to be upright, righteous, kind, not cruel, whatever. I don't know if I'm proud of that. I think it's kind of like the bare minimum a person can bring to the table. But yeah, I mean, the thing about pride is it's hard to imagine a scenario in which you spend a lot of time actively feeling your pride that doesn't serve you poorly, right? Pride cometh before the fall is definitely something that I've always experienced. You know, as soon as I start getting cocky or thinking I'm the shit, I fall on my face into a dog turd, break my toe, you know, everything goes to shit. The Milwaukee Bucks versus the Indiana Pacers on the television, game 4. I don't even need to do this. You got the speakers turned all the way down anyway. You should be proud of your daughter. I'm proud of my son. We can only do what we can do and best that we can to teach our kids. Yeah. Without a healthy balance, pride becomes arrogance and is no longer pride. I'm sleepy brain. I'm sleepy brain too. I'm ready to go take a nap here pretty soon. Because they are not prepared for you to admit it, but still seem to want to have a contentious exchange for whatever reason. Right. There is a projection by people who have trouble with, I guess, accountability or whatever, that you also are going to have trouble with it. I've encountered this plenty of times before. Like, this is pretty good, gets me. Um, right. They assume that I'm going to be super resistant to being corrected because they are, right? Like last night, the hire corrected me on my pronunciation of some fancy word that he used that I'd never heard of before, which meant basically tooting the horn of celebrating something. And he's like, "Ha! I corrected you." And you were wrong. I was right. Yes. And unlike you, I'm willing to be corrected. I don't know, some fancy Greek word or something. I wonder what the scoreboard is. For what? I assume if you're pride free, you're also ego free. Well, like, I don't believe in this notion called ego death, for example. Oh, yeah, I don't keep track of that. I don't keep track of how many times I was right or wrong. I might remember instances, specific instances, but I'm not going to keep track of quantity. Um, Egos are fragile things. Well, I mean, yes, catch me out. I think it would. The thing is, I believe that in general, it's a person's ego comprises basically their self concept, their a combination of kind of their self concept, their understanding of their own self, of their own worth, and it includes their affect. In other words, what they put out to to the world to some extent. But it's one of those poorly defined terms, right? Like so when people talk about achieving ego death in a drug trip or something, I don't believe that such a thing exists meaningfully, except or that it's informative at all, or some kind of spiritual accomplishment or whatever. You know, you are who you are, and it's a combination of both universalist qualities like um, your function configuration and your particularist experience slash minds. I would call it narcissism. I mean, I think of dark triad stuff as being Hero Lambs on the TWFP Discord in voice chat, coming at you from the vast mystical forest. Thanks, Hero Lamb. Uh, I think of all dark triad stuff, narcissism, whatever else, um, as being variants of accountability avoidance syndrome. Nobody is online in the TWFP Discord right now. There aren't very many people here either, so it is a Sunday, you know. Someone said it's a degree of maturity. What's a degree of maturity? I mean, everybody's online at the same time. Nobody's online. Ego free. Well, I mean, I don't believe myself to be ego free. I think I definitely have an ego. Um, my, I'm in terms of things you might link to the general term ego, which includes, like I said, self concept, but also self worth and self love. Probably your affect, your meta understanding of yourself, like in terms of how you want to present to the people. That's what I mean by affect in this instance. Um, they all comprise your ego and how you believe yourself to be perceived by other people. Uh, so you can only do so much tearing down of meowing, otherwise blowing up your ego without incurring consequences, right? Uh, you're having to give up something that's who you are. People also use the term ego to mean like egotistical, like like snooty. They think they're too good for meow or better than everybody else or something like that. Uh, yeah. Well, yeah, that's maturing. Yeah, right. That's maturing, assuming you emerge from a sufficiently healthy childhood that you have learned the the assumption of trustability in the world. It's hard for me to have what we'll consider a healthy amount of self love because I think it links somewhat to fourth slot SI, third slot FE. Well, I don't know if you got to try. You could think maybe it's like egos, egos, the totality of your trust fluencies. People should be able to trust themselves. They should be able to trust others. They should be able to trust in a relatively stable reality, etc. There's a lot of different areas of trust, and an ego is the response to it's your understanding of how you've dealt with the world in some sense. The thing is, don't get confused between narcissist stuff, which is accountability avoidance disorder, stemming from an inability to trust others, or including at least an inability to trust others. And my talking about what an ego is, that's different. Those are different things. They were talked about in the same little area right there, but they're different things entirely. You're gonna get Fresno peppers, huh? Hmm. An ode to the Central Valley. Has anyone ever seen that dude can cook on white tea? No, I haven't. Talk about celebs you hate. Perhaps Stephen Colbert. I don't particularly like Stephen Colbert. I wouldn't say I hate him. Uh, I don't like Joaquin Phoenix. There's a celebrity I don't like. I don't like Bill Walton at all. He's horrible. I don't like Meghan Markle. I don't like Amber Heard. I don't like Chris Brown. I don't like Usher. A lot of people I don't like. Yeah. But like Alf. Alf's fine. I'm fine with Alf. Makes food and beats up his refrigerator. Why were Eggos called Eggos? Um, well, I don't think he's funny, nor do I think he's a particularly good actor. But it was one article I read about him in particular that made me dislike him. Yeah, well, he and a lot of celebrities, you know. True that younger women like older men. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think in general, when it occurs, a man likes a woman, you know, it's not indicative of anything in general about men or women, even if it's consistent with the with the most with something common, right? I'll pull a couple more bong rips, and then probably catch me out. That's more true. That's more true, I think, universally than the former. But it's still not a universal law. Yeah, Rachel's grooming me. One of these days, I'm afraid she's going to try to have sexual intercourse with me. I'm having sexy time. I'm going to pull this bong rip, and I think I'll probably wrap this up. Try to take a nap before we head out to the casino. Do I think age makes a difference? I mean, I um my take on it is I my first marriage I was a few years older than she was, a couple years older, not much. And that was a horrible relationship. The second relationship, she was 10 years younger than me, and it was its own kind of relationship. Useful for what it was, for while it was. My third adult long term relationship um, was the same age as me, and it was horrible. The fourth one, Rachel, is the first relationship where I really feel like I'm with the right person. She happens to be 13 years younger than me, but that's not because that's not why it's the right relationship. Why don't I light up? You mean this bong? I will right now. Why don't I have a cigarette? Because I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. Where are you guys both in San Antonio? Are you both in Los Angeles or are you in separate places? Okay, Shay, can you tell me the answer to that question? Your last wife? I thought of having a threesome, but then I realized if I wanted to disappoint two people at one time, I could have dinner with my parents. That's a great joke. Ah, I guess that explains why he informed you that he was driving rather than just saying, watch me drive away and you'll know that I'm driving. If you were together, instead of driving, he'd be waiting for you to get ready. I should have thought of that as well. It's a possible way to know that you're not together. So you had 30 years between relationships? Bobby Portis gets ejected. The Milwaukee Bucks, Bobby Portis, is sent to the locker room. Get out of here, Baldy, say the refs. What do you think the best way to get to LA is from San Antonio? Might be a train, not necessarily plane or car. It could be a train. How long did the train? I'm not sure if he had hair or not, actually. He didn't look like he had a lot of hair. Maybe he was kind of a shaved head guy. But regardless, anybody who has to get out of here counts as baldy. Okay. Regardless of whether they're actually bald. You looked at the prices. So what is it? Is it too expensive for a train? Train prices are surprisingly expensive sometimes. Plane seems to be the best. Okay, well, I don't need to look good. I look fine like this. I don't care what I look like. Hmm. You know, what some people I've heard of in the past do is if you can find such a thing, sometimes people will pay you to drive a car from like San Antonio to Los Angeles, for example. Amtrak sucks. I haven't really taken a train since I was little. I'm not sure. They should really make pneumatic chutes. I believe Acacia was mentioning that the other day. You just get in a pneumatic chute and just, or a water slide. They should make a very long, tall water slide that goes from Texas to Los Angeles, and then another one that goes from Los Angeles back to Texas. Obviously, you're going to have to climb a lot of steps to get to the top of this water slide. Use the Roadie app and try to do deliveries on the way of a car delivering would be primo. You don't want to be on the water too long. You mean you don't want to take a boat? You mean the water slide? Well, the point is, if you make the water slide right, you just gradually accelerate until you're at close to free fall speeds. How long would it take you to fall? How many miles is it from Los Angeles to San Antonio? How long would it take you to fall that many miles at terminal velocity? That's how long. Let's assume you could somehow make it so that you just basically you're just free falling through the sky from Los Angeles to San Antonio. Um, you want a little water slide bed? That's fair. They could put you in a little boat maybe, and you wouldn't get all wrinkled. Like, how long would it take to fall 100 miles? Let's find out that. Okay, 1,200 miles. How long would it take to fall 1,200 miles? All right, 20 seconds times 1,200. 20 times 1,200. 400 minutes. A little under 7 hours. It'll take you to, if we can get you close to terminal velocity, it should take you a little under 7 hours to fall all the way from Los Angeles to San Antonio. That's not too bad. Yeah, well, it says takes just under 20 seconds to fall 1 mile. So that's about right. 15,000 feet, 3 miles about. It takes 16 to drive, but instead of a 16-hour drive, Acacia, how does a 7-hour long water slide ride sound? Okay, said no one ever, Big Dog Mofo. Said no one ever. Yeah, well, I mean, 7-hour long water slide ride in a water slide bed. Okay, well, I'm imagining that this water slide is such that the water is forcibly pushed down the slide at faster than it naturally falls, carrying you at close to terminal velocity. You mean that one? Yeah. I mean, instead of maybe doing the whole water slide thing, we could just shoot people out of a cannon. We'll have, the LA to San Antonio cannon shooting catching grounds where there are these big nets that once you once you're shot out of a cannon from Los Angeles to San Antonio, that the nets will catch you. What if you have to take a dump while on the water slide? Well, they have filters in the water slide that gather any poop and pee and turn it into valuable fertilizer for the plants that grow nearby. That's what happens. We're trying to get from San Antonio to LA the fastest possible way, faster than an airplane even. What would host Eric do if he had Mr. Beast money? I don't know. I'd start saving for a college education. Yeah, you could just poop in a Ziploc. Acacia makes a good point. Why don't they just put your whole body in a Ziploc bag with a breathing tube and you send you down like that? And whatever poop and pee you make, you just have to ride with it the whole time. Well, a teleporter would be nice, but I'm not sure it's going to really be a reliable way of getting people from San Antonio to Los Angeles. Unlike a water slide, which is extremely reliable. Yeah, a water slide instead of a plane, right. Um, Maybe they just make your water slide bed entirely out of diapers. Smell says, red face, sad, circle, earth. Oh, you have to save your poops. Magnetic radial power train. Yeah, like bullet train would be ideal, but we don't have bullet trains around here. I'm just thinking, like, what's the fastest way to get you someplace? If falling isn't faster than playing, well, then we need to propel you in some way, but not have you be on a plane. The thing I'm trying to avoid here is everybody being on a vehicle, you know? Well, if it's 1,200 miles away, you can figure this out with some basic geometry, right? The This part is 1,200. So how much does this have to be and this have to be for them to connect? I don't know, but you could figure that out with some geometry, I think. And you have to submit your poop ziplocs to a place I know of through pneumatic poop lock tubes at the rest pit stop hole. And if you don't, then they pour your poop all over you. Needs to be land command. No, you don't get to include the S. Why do women wear panties with flowers on them in loving memory of all the faces that have been buried there? Free falling or pneumatic propelling? Pneumatic propelling is what I'm saying, right? Free falling is not fast enough. We're going to have to pneumatically propel them down the water slide. Uh, so basically, there's got to be an airlock, right? Yeah. No, no, we're not looking to make it interesting, Unicorn Ninja. We're just looking to speed you along your way to San Antonio. Now, the thing is, it's going to have to be such a tall tower, obviously, that, yeah, she did laugh. um, yeah, you're going to need an oxygen tank, right? You're going to need oxygen at the start of the water slide. And obviously, there's going to need to be something to prevent the water from freezing that high up in the nanosphere or wherever it is. There'll be a movie that broadcasts along the top of the enclosed water slide. It's just a very long, boring, dark tunnel. No movies, actually. I didn't want just complete darkness, just not a light, nothing. You just have to ride in complete darkness. We're gonna with the propelling of the pneumatic tube, we're gonna get you there in 4 hours. Okay, it's just 4 hours of incredibly dark, wet, miserable water slide. Like at the top of the water slide, people go ah, but that doesn't last too long. Like if you were standing at the top of the water slide and somebody were to do that, what you hear is ah. No, there's not going to be any flight attendants in the water slide. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. Unlike the rest of this water slide plan, which makes
can,
lots of sense.
can I ask for help from? Oh no, not this commercial again. From the chat, what's a good gift to give someone who's having a baby? There is a
Dynamite.
what is it called? The list that they have, a registry. There's a registry, but I can't decide like
Geiger counter.
should I get like clothes or should I get? There's like a nice for
Fishing
the
pole.
parents cotton robe. I was thinking for her maybe slippers, but that's for her. It's not for the baby.
I say fishing pole.
Fishing pole.
Yeah. Possibly raccoon skin hat.
Diapers are on the list.
How about-
Inquire what they truly prefer.
Well, why don't I get her something nice like Shaking Lily's baby shaking machine? Now, no longer will you need to shake your baby by hand.
No. Yeah, like I don't know, like
A night with a male stripper. Yeah, we should hire a male stripper to attend the baby shower.
oh, that's good. There's just like I don't know what to get.
Yeah, Acacia's got a good idea. Get them a gift card for one free get out of sudden infant death syndrome.
Oh my god. a mama gift and a gift for the baby, that's not a bad idea. So I could get her the robe. Because, like, I think robe is a pretty practical thing.
Instead of a photo album for a memory keeper, why not just get memory foam? Then she can push whatever she wants into the memory foam and have a forever foam imprinted memory of it. Mr. Bubble Bath, matching robes. Sure thing, Jonathan Carpenter. Have a good one. Maybe you should get baby's first surveillance camera.
Baby's first surveillance camera.
Train your baby to be surveilled today.
Or a YouTuber.
Yeah, well, that's true. You should get her a gift of 24/7 YouTube live streaming machine for her baby.
So maybe I could get her, because hold on.
A Taco Bell gift card.
So maybe I could get her, like, onesies.
You could get onesies. You could get him a book for how to train your baby to be gay. Not a terrible plan. Catch me, I suggest that one. You could get a book on whether they want to be like woke or Trump fans. I don't know what to get babies. What do you get babies, you know?
Yeah, that's why so I think I'm going to get 5-pack short sleeve bodysuits for the baby.
That's good. Get that. That sounds good. You get a book entitled "So You're a Baby." Now what?
Oh, please, there's another one of those. Instead of card, please bring a book.
How to be a baby for idiots.
How to be a baby for idiots. That's good.
Yeah, Marlboro Reds would be something that I'm sure she would appreciate because she probably still smokes, I'm assuming. Doctors recommend you smoke while you're pregnant. Apparently, it's good for your baby. Oh, you mean you think that Rachel should send her a short video of my healing gaze?
You're really the laugh of the family. Okay, so here's my thinking. The baby bodysuits are $17 and the Pampers diapers are $45.
It's some relative of hers, cousin or something.
Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking skipping the
Just get the thing that costs 40. What was the first one cost, you said?
17, and then the diapers are 45.
You want to get both, or you?
I was gonna get both.
Yeah, get both. Not too bad. $65, 75 after shipping tax, maybe 80. You know, I'd say do that then.
Okay.
because I'm keeping my baby.
Delivery shipping.
Stroller. Start a college fund. We do not care about this baby that much. Okay? And isn't Eric's healing gaze more valuable than a college fund? Breastfeeding advice. This is a good gift. Eric's list of breastfeeding tips. Number one, don't forget to feed your baby. Number two, use your tits to feed your baby. Number three, when your baby's done eating, take your tit out of its mouth. Three easy steps to breastfeeding by Eric. A t-shirt with a picture of Joe Biden on it. I think that'd be a great baby shower. I know. No, no, I'm not. I'm maybe gonna schedule an interview with Flat Earth Dave, but I'm not gonna do any more work on that at the moment. Yeah. I think what you should really get, Rachel, is a T-shirt that says Israel or Palestine.
Oh my gosh, that would be perfect.
Turkey doll would be fine. You know, maybe a box of spiders. We could pretend we're eBay and send them a box of spiders. Are you in a working band now and then? No, I'm not. Well, basically because Matthew Alistair was like, oh, you should do interview him or whatever. He must have been doing the same over there. And Flat Earth Dave actually emailed me saying some of my people on my channel have been telling me to email you and see about interviewing you interview me. So I'm just kind of curious. I want to hear what his arguments are and stuff. I'm not going in to debate him or anything. I'll just find out what his deal is. No, no. It's not a trolley thing, as far as I can tell. Um, he's been interviewed by a lot of different people. He definitely, if you wore a shirt like that and you walk down the street, you probably get stopped by a lot of people and get a lot of shorts on your YouTube channel. I'd probably get a lot of people put you as a short on their YouTube channel. Maybe you would if you wore that T-shirt. Israel or Palestine? Mm, that would be great if it worked like that, Catsmeow. We could just give the lot across the street to Rachel's cousin as a baby shower present. How about just a T-shirt that says "I'm stupid"? Well, what's with the width? No, I won't tell him that. How do you look? How can you figure out the Earth is round by looking at the sun? I mean, isn't that bad for your eyes? When you're blinded, is that how you realize, the earth is round? Because I have looked at the sun too much. Right. So the sun's always the same size, but it's in different places around the earth at different times. I mean, I don't know if time zones are sufficient to. It doesn't work on a flat Earth model. Okay, well, I don't feel particularly knowledgeable with the subject. Like I feel comfortable and confident that I could establish that, in fact, um, the Earth isn't flat. It would look very small on sunset and sunrise if the Earth wasn't round, rather than bigger. Hmm. Stevie Wonder walked into a pet shop with a dog, and he's twirling the dog around in the shop. The shopkeeper goes, "What are you doing?" Stevie Wonder says, "I'm just looking around." That's not how seeing eye dogs works, Stevie Wonder. You don't get to see what their eyes see. Hi, Howie X. Almost 5 o'clock. So I'm inclined to probably wrap this up now.
Can what's a good baby book for a baby? I was thinking Pat the Bunny.
Didn't you already get her two?
That's a different cousin. Oh yeah, I did, but they said in the thing, one small request that shouldn't be too hard. Please bring a book instead of a card. Write a message on the inside cover, and your words will be cherished over and over.
Okay, well, I don't know. Good night, Moon. Yeah, maybe some Dr. Seuss.
I was thinking Dr. Seuss. Goodnight Moon might already be taken.
Mm, maybe Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the Hat?
Be a good one. It's not
Yeah.
taken yet.
Yeah.
Love You Forever is a good one. Um,
The Cat in the Hat.
Dr. Faustus pop-up edition.
I think Cat in the Hat wins it.
All right, Cat in the Hat's fine. It's now called Cat's Meow, Snow White and the Seven Regular People. Snow White and the Seven Persons of Difference.
I just, how do I get her mailing address?
Use your getting fingers. Alright, you go to sleep, Finland. I'm gonna follow your lead. I'm gonna wrap this up. And then Rachel and I'll try to take a little nappy poo before we go down to the casino. Or we could go down to the casino and then take a nap.
That's up to you.
It depends when you're ready to go, you know.
I have my stuff all packed.
Alright, cool.
I just have to pack my meds.
Alright, cool. So, yeah, maybe we'll go down there in a little bit. See how that goes.
If you want to take a nap beforehand, it's up to you.
Yeah, it's probably better to just get it out of the way, you know.
Yeah.
All right, goodbye, everybody. See you later. We'll stream at some point from the casino.